So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down why I believe Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia is saving the sport of boxing. Now, right away, I want to mention and address that obviously this isn't the best fight in the sport. This isn't the best fight coming up. There are better fights coming up in the sport, and there are better fights to be made as well. Obviously, Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, that's a better fight. Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury, that's a better fight. And there's a few other better fights that have either been made or are possibly getting made. However, the reason that I state and suggest that this fight is saving the sport of boxing is due to the fact that no fight in the entire sport that has been made or could possibly get made currently seems to have more of a build-up and more buzz than this particular one. And honestly, I'm going to be fully honest with you guys, even though I do feel that there are better fights that are happening, this fight I am truly excited for multiple reasons. I'm maybe not just even excited for, but I'm genuinely anticipating. This is a fight that has non-boxing fans interested. It has people who used to watch the sport but don't watch it anymore interested. It has people who are big into conspiracy theories interested. It has people on both ends of the religious spectrum, I guess is the right word to use, of Christians and Muslims. It has them interested. It has a lot of people that aren't even true fans of the sport interested, and I believe due to that fact, it is heavily helping the sport. Say you're someone who doesn't watch the sport of boxing, or you're an MMA fan, or you're simply someone who knows about boxing but isn't really too interested in it. You know about this fight. You know about this fight more than you know about Beterbiev and Bivol, more than Usyk and Fury. This is a fight that's genuinely being talked about. Now, obviously, you can use this in other contexts. You could say that Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is saving boxing. Better word would probably be carrying the sport, because the title of the video is true in my opinion, but it is a little clickbaity in the fact that in a way it's saving the sport, but that's a little bit of an exaggeration. That's all I'll say. It's a little bit of an exaggeration. But I do believe it is heavily helping the sport and carrying the sport at the moment. Now, the difference between this fight and Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is that this fight is actually a good matchup. It's actually beneficial to the sport, and it's actually a fight that should be made. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, which is just as big, if not bigger, of a fight than this one, the reason that fight is not saving boxing, the reason that fight is not carrying boxing, is because no one really wants to see it. Maybe people are intrigued now, but no one was asking for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson to fight each other. No one wanted to see that matchup get made. This is maybe not the best fight that could be made at 140, but it's genuinely a good matchup. It's a good fight. It's good for the sport of boxing, and I'm glad it's happening. And it has a lot of build-up. Ryan Garcia has built, honestly, a cult following over the past couple of weeks, maybe a month or so. Devin Haney already has a big fan base. He's already proven himself as a respectable name. And what I also love about the fight is that Devin Haney is consistently taking on the best guys he can challenge. He's consistently fighting elite opposition. Fighting Vasyl Lomachenko, then Regis Prograis, and then Ryan Garcia back to back to back. Oh yeah, not to mention 2 George Kambosos fights when George was the number 1 guy in the weight class, and then rematching George to prove once again that Devin Haney is better than him, which we all knew, but 2 George Kambosos wins when George was still a respectable opponent, and he still is a respectable opponent, which says a lot because Devin beat him when he was undefeated. George Kambosos twice, then Vasyl Lomachenko, then Regis Prograis, and now Ryan Garcia. That's 5 tough, good fights in a row. I understand the Regis fight and the George fights weren't competitive, but on paper, these are 5 really good fights in a row, and I give Devin Haney a lot of props for that. And Ryan Garcia as well. This is a guy who fought Tank Davis when no one expected him to, including myself. And now he's fighting Devin Haney when no one expected him to, including myself. So Ryan Garcia has proved me wrong when it comes to who he's willing to take on. Devin Haney has proven... I'm not going to say he's proven me wrong. I think at one point I wasn't too trustful in Devin Haney fighting the best, but after he took on Loma, I really believe that he's willing to fight anyone, anytime. Now, I do think it's a shame we didn't get the Loma rematch. Loma genuinely deserved it, but at least he's continuing to fight top guys. He's continuing to prove to everyone how elite he is. I have him number 6 on my pound-for-pound list, at least the last time I remember making it. I might move him up at some point. I don't know if I'm going to move him up after this fight. I might, to be honest. I'm probably going to put him above Canelo if he gets the win here, just due to the fact that Canelo has not done much in the last couple of years since losing to Bivol. I know it sounds crazy, Devin Haney above Canelo, but honestly, at this point, when you look at what they've done lately, now obviously, if Canelo beats Munguia, I might put Canelo back above Devin, I don't know, but if Devin defeats Ryan, And you look at what he's done, undisputed and now being a champion in another weight class and continuing to prove himself while Canelo continues to avoid David Benavidez, assuming that fight doesn't happen in 2024. If Canelo doesn't fight Benavidez in 2024, it's a duck. I think if he fights him in September, that's his last chance. If this fight gets pushed back past that, then he's officially ducked Benavidez. Assuming that Devin gets the job done against Ryan, he's probably going to move up another spot in my pound-for-pound list, and full credit to him for doing what he has to do. And this fight is really good for the sport. I think I just felt like making a video appreciating how good of a fight this is. And I understand on paper it probably isn't even that great of a fight, but all things considered, and when you look at the build-up and you look at how this fight's being promoted and you look at Ryan Garcia calling this fight Game 7, and the reason he's calling it Game 7 is due to the fact that in the amateurs, their record against each other is 3-3 since they fought each other 6 times. The fact that Ryan is calling it Game 7 and the fact that Ryan Garcia has built his name up so much as of late and the fact that Devin Haney just continues to fight top guys really makes me appreciate the fight. And I felt I had to make a video just simply crediting this fight and telling you guys how excited I am for the match and why it is so beneficial to the sport. Now, obviously, there's other very beneficial fights coming up. The main one being Bivol Beterbiev and Fury and Usyk. But this fight is truly a gem, in my opinion, for multiple reasons, as I mentioned. It's a grudge match. As you guys know, there is beef. There's tension between the two guys. It's a fight with the best guy at 140 right now and one of the best guys at 140 right now. It's a match that we've been wanting to see for years, if we're being honest. I think back in 2019 or so, we all wanted to see this fight when they were both prospects, contenders building their names up. So when you look at all those things considered, when you look at the fact that we've all wanted to see this fight for so long, the fact that Devin Haney is continuing to fight the top guys and that Ryan Garcia has built his name up so much in the last month or so and built a true fan base for himself. I've become a Ryan fan, which is interesting because at one point I really didn't like Ryan. Then I kind of became a bit of a fan of Ryan, but not really, kind of on the fence. And now I'm genuinely a fan of him, and I'm a fan of Devin as well. Devin Haney showed me support. He's reposted my tweets on his Instagram stories. He's retweeted my tweets. He's quote tweeted my tweets. He's liked my tweets. Ryan Garcia's retweeted one of my tweets a bit ago. I'm genuinely looking forward to the fight. I think it's going to be a fun matchup. Right now I'm favoring, you know what, I'm going to wait before I tell you guys who I'm favoring. I've actually stated it before. I'll probably just tell you, why not. I am favoring Devin to get the job done. I am picking Devin Haney to defeat Ryan Garcia at the moment. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. I think Devin's going to have to survive the later rounds, a late onslaught from Ryan Garcia, because I think Ryan's going to come on late. Maybe he won't. Maybe it'll be a competitive fight and Devin will take over late. I'm picking him to win on points, 8-4, 7-5 type of fight. Maybe 9-3 type of fight, but I am favoring Devin at this moment. But this fight is so intriguing. It's so fun. The build-up has been great so far, and I think the build-up is going to really heat up in the next week or two, so get ready for that. That's why I'm kind of making this video now, almost as like a warning that the build-up for this fight is going to get really good. Just get ready for it. Enjoy it. Have a good time watching the fight. It's going to be a great matchup. I wish I was there in person to see it. It would be so fun to check out this matchup in person. I think the build-up, the ring walks, I just can't wait for all of it. And I'm usually not this excited for a fight, but I'm genuinely excited for this fight. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You know, I make a lot of videos negatively where I'll be criticizing a fight that got made or criticizing the sport in general or criticizing a fighter, but this is one of those videos where I feel I'm genuinely glad about something and I feel it's necessary to acknowledge when something's good in the sport of boxing. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless. I'll see you guys later. Peace.